Hello planner friends, my name is Sarah and I love to plan. Today I really wanted to share with y'all my entire pen collection. So yeah, this is it, y'all. It's a pretty hefty collection, maybe not as big as I would wish it was, or maybe not like another pen collection out there, but I'm proud of what I've accrued here or hoarded, whatever you want to call it. But the truth is that I do use a lot of my pens like in different ways or another. I plan in the Erin Condren Live Planner. If anybody knows, the Erin Condren paper is very tough. It's 80-pound Mohawk paper, and I love that it is very grainy, like it's not smooth, so it does help prevent smudging. Probably not a fair comparison because the Erin Condren paper is so great, but I will show you like some on regular printer paper. I really want to share a review of every pen that I own, how it looks on the paper, my thoughts, how much it has held up, because I do have pens that I've had in my collection for like 5+ years. Mild liners, those things will not go bad. I don't know how it is. Mild liners are the best thing ever. All of the pens that I do show will be linked down below. I am an affiliate for both Erin Condren and Amazon, so anything you purchase through my links will give me a little kickback. It's at no cost to you, but it helps a ton. So thank you if you do use my links. Let's get started. Let's jump right in.
Let's go. Follow me. Hooray!
So I'm grabbing my Inspire planner, and there are months that I won't be using from July through December, because this is my next year planner. This is an 18-month. So I'm just going to rip those months out. So I'll just use those to test so you can see how they look on the Erin Condren pages. The first one being the gel pen. So I'm going to test them in different categories, then the felt tip pens, and lastly, highlighters and specialty pens. Stay tuned for part 2 for the highlighters. There was so much going on in this video that I couldn't even fit all of the highlighters in. So sorry about that, and thank you so much for all of those who voted on their favorite gel pens on my YouTube post. It helped me a lot see what were your favorites and compare them to mine. Let's jump right in. We are going to open up with the fan favorite, the Pilot G2 pen. This pen is probably one of the best gel pens out there, and the more affordable, and I feel like more well known. Like even people who are not within like the planner community, like I've seen just friends that don't even know about planners. It's just like kind of pens. They really enjoy the Pilot G2. So I am going to be showing you how it writes. For all the pens, I'm going to be trying them out on the planner and then a white piece of paper so you can see the difference. I forgot to mention this is a 7 tip. I only get the 7 tips for the Pilot G2. And this is how the back looks on the Erin Condren. You can see there's the slightest bit of ghosting. It's really not much. I would feel very comfortable writing with this pen on the Erin Condren Live Planner. And as you can see, there definitely is ghosting on a white page. And that is super normal because this is a very strong pen, very bold and vibrant. But you could see the difference between the Erin Condren and the white page. So I probably wouldn't use these on just a plain white piece of paper. Maybe just ballpoint pen. I know we don't really want ballpoint pens here, but overall, I would give this pen a 9. I definitely love how it writes, and I love how it feels. The grip is very comfortable. Now let's move on to the PaperMate Inkjoy Gel. This one, I was very surprised that was voted very similarly to the Pilot G2. I tend to see that there are a lot of mixed feelings about these, so I was surprised that y'all love them so much, and I'm glad because I do love them. Some people I've seen in the planner community do hate them. I'm just going to be reviewing 0.5 tips, and I think I have a 0.7 tip somewhere for the black pens. I will say the purple has never worked. That is something that I personally have experienced. I will say that these do have a little bit of skipping, so you really have to ripple it until the ink dispenses. The grip is kind of built into the pen, so it's not a separate grip. It's just kind of the pen is jelly, and which is something I like. I love the aesthetics of this pen, but I know that some people don't like that either. Personally, I feel like these pens belong in every pen collection. They are classics. They have a wide range of inks. You can see, look how vibrant that is. There will be some that skip, but look at that. The ghosting, I feel, is very minimal. For me, I love the brown ink in this pen. And you can see, on the white piece of paper, of course, there's more ghosting as well. Maybe a little bit less than the Pilot G2, but I still don't use these on plain white paper. I use them in thicker journaling pages. For me, I would say the Inkjoy Gel is definitely a must-have, but I would give it a 7.5 personally, just because I have experienced a lot of streaking. But on the other end, I've had these pens for 5 years and they're still writing, they're still going, so they're really good pens. Now let's jump right in to the tool pens, and these are a little bit newer to me, but I immediately loved them because look at how vibrant they are. And I'll be honest, I don't know what's the point of having orange and yellow in any of the pens. That I don't know a lot of people that use them. I love this brown ink. So what I'll do with brown ink is sometimes I can use the Inkjoy as the 5 tip and the 7 tip. I'll combine it with the tool pens. So that is something that I love to do. Let's get testing. These tool pens, I haven't really experienced them streaking, and the colors are just so vibrant. I immediately fell in love with them, and I can see why a lot of people love them. I feel like they ghost a little bit more than the Pilot G2 and the Inkjoy. You can see it a little bit more, so they are a much stronger pen, but I just love the distribution of the ink. I would give these pens an 8 because I do love them. I just feel like they ghost a little bit more, and the grip is not terribly comfortable. It's just kind of there, but I just need to try them out a little bit more. And you can see these are the differences in the grip. I feel like the Pilot has the most comfortable grip, and this one I feel feels very similar to the Inkjoy. It's comfortable, but it's just nothing like the Pilot G2. I know all my love to the Pilot G2, but I love them. For me, sometimes it's difficult to even choose which gel pen I'm going to use, but I definitely think that this is a very good pen. Now, this is one of the newest and happiest finds for me, the Pentel EnerGel in 5 tip. And funny story, I actually saw a person on Instagram writing with one of these, and I just went down the rabbit hole. I'm like, where can I find these? These look so amazing. I love the style of them. The grip feels like very 90s pen. I don't know if that makes sense to you. The style just feels 90s. So that was fun for me, like how gel pens looked back then. These ones, I did decide to buy them in 5-tip. Oh, and you can see some of them are still new because I just got them. I feel like the ghosting is very, very minimal. These quickly became a favorite for me. I don't know how to explain it. They write so amazingly on the pen, and I love using them in my daily duo because of the 5-tip. The colors are also amazing, so vibrant. One thing I will say is that other pens, like their colors are on the outside, and these are just like in the ink, which you can't really tell what color they are completely. So that is not something I love. And the grip also, it is comfortable for me, but it's not as comfortable as the Pilot G2. And as you can see, all of these pens, like they have their colors there, and here it's only in the ink. And sometimes I feel like the ink, it doesn't tell you exactly what color it will be. So that's the only thing that's a little bit of a pet peeve for me. But other than that, I just love the style. I love how it writes. I love the way it dispenses ink. Honestly, I will give this a 9, just like the Pilot G2, just from the standpoint that it does not skip, and I've used it a lot. Next one is the Sarasa Dry, and these are in 0.7. You can see that this one has seen a lot of love. I've used it up a lot. I bought these, I would say, probably about 4 years ago, so I've been using them since then, and at one point these were my favorite. So their claim to fame is that they will not smudge. You can write right away and they won't smudge. And honestly, they do dry really quick, like super quick. You can see that one has been very loved as well. Again, the ink is very vibrant. The ghosting is also, I feel like it's similar to the Pilot G2, where it ghosts a little but not that much. And yes, like you write right away and it dries. That's insane to me. Like a lot of people love it for this reason. And you can see on the white paper, probably it's the one that ghosts the most. It's just so vibrant. But I love these pens. This one I probably need to replace it pretty soon. I'll definitely give these an 8.5 because I love them. But they're not my favorite anymore. And then I have experienced these streaking. So here they are, all of the gel pens. And I kind of wanted to share some final thoughts about them. My Inkjoy is just the OG, the one I've been using for the longest. This one, I say, definitely belongs in your collection. It's such a wonderful pen to use. And these are the newest ones that I have used, and they were a surprise. Like I felt like I fell in love with them very quickly. The tool is, I feel it's more of a pricey pen compared to the Pilot G2 and this Pentel EnerGel. It's also a bit of a pricey pen, but I just love the way these two write. So I probably use these the most in my planner. The Pilot G2 is also my favorite, but I use it more in my journal. And the Sarasa Dry is one that I kind of haven't used in a bit because I've been using the newer ones a lot more. But I would say in general, all these pens are great pens to use in your planner. They're amazing. let's head on over to the felt tip pens. So we're going to start with the PaperMate Flairs, and these are kind of medium tips, so they're a little bit thicker. I do use these for like titles, for things that need to be a little bit more bold. They're honestly really awesome pens, and I see that some people, like I've seen people reviewing them online and they don't love them, and I honestly don't understand why. I've had these pens, I would say, for about 3.5 years, and they still work great. Just this one got a little, I don't know if it's a little moldy or something. It's just that one. I feel like they don't ghost as much. This is a wonderful pen to use in your planner, and I like using this in my calendar because of the thicker tip. And you'll see that felt tip pens, I feel, ghost a little bit more than gel pens. Like they seep through because of the ink, but there's not a lot of smudging. It dries pretty quickly. So, I mean, I would definitely give these PaperMate Flairs like an 8 out of 10 because of how they write. I just feel that you can write with them for long periods of time, and the thick tip gets a little old sometimes. So just for titles. Now let's go on to the Stabilo 88 pens. These are also like a fan favorite, and I'll be very honest with you, I don't use these as much as I wish I did. This is a fine tip 0.4. They're really great pens. Like I've had them in my collection for like 5 years now, and look at them, they still write pretty awesome. I know the black sometimes streaks a little because I used to use that one the most, but you can see that it hardly goes. It's a really, really great pen. I just don't know why I don't gravitate towards it as much. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. I also don't have as many colors, but these come in so many colors. Like their colorway is insane. So I would also give these an 8. And one reason being like why I don't give them like a higher score is because the grip is just kind of weird, like the hexagonal shape. I don't know. I've never really loved it. They're really cute though, and I know that they're favorites in other countries like Brazil and Mexico. They're a craze there. So now let's go on to the Erin Condren dual tip pens. Something I love about this is you get the tip of PaperMate Flair, and this one you can see has seen a lot of love there. I actually probably have to throw it away because it's so smudgy. Like I've had this one the longest. I probably have had it for 7 years now. It's definitely due for an update. And then I just rebought the black one again after 7 years. These pens are definitely a favorite of mine. They're probably some that I use the most on my monthlies. You can see that it has the medium tip and the fine tip, and some of these I have multiple colors of because of surprise boxes, like writing utensils, which I realized I'm not doing that anymore because I get the writing utensil surprise boxes from Erin Condren, and then I get duplicates of some. So I honestly just stopped doing that. But the colors, like there's so many colors and they're so great, and they work so well on the Erin Condren paper. You can see that they're a little bit thicker than the PaperMate Flair, and they will ghost on white paper, of course, because again, they're felt tip. But I just love the way these write. I am going to give them an 8.5. and a little bit higher than the Flair, because you just get so much out of these. You get the fine tip and the medium tip, and then to go along with it, they have these other like more seasonal items, which are just like seasonal colors, but they're also dual tips. Oh, and that was a highlighter. That's for another video, so let me put it in here. These seasonal colors are actually pretty neat. The only downside is when you get multiple packs, you get some of the same colors. Like, I think they called that the cherry color, which I don't know why it's cherry, because it looks more like a peach or a tan. And these blues are very similar, like they're both like periwinkle, and well, these are a little bit more different. The pink and kind of the light purple. So I honestly did love these a lot, but some of them are so light. So I would give these a 7. No, I'm more of a 7.5, because even though some of the colors are light, like some colors are just amazing. You can't really find them anywhere else. And I use them a lot. I really gravitate towards these because of the unique colorway, and you can see both tips, how they rate. So, and you can see there's not a lot of ghosting, also because they're light. But like this color, this blue, is probably one of my favorite colors in a pen I have seen. This is not something you see every day, so that's what I love about these collections. And these periwinkle blues, they're just amazing to write with. So, I mean, I love them, and I really love them, but they just have these little quirks. So now we are going over to the ultra fine tip markers. I just wanted you to see the difference between the Stabilo and these. These are finer. Honestly, these pens were gifted to me by Erin Conran, so I wouldn't have thought to buy them myself, but they were a huge surprise when I opened them. I feel like they're even better than the dual tips. Like, the whole writing experience is amazing. The only thing that I don't love is that it doesn't have a great grip. But the style of it, and you can see that it doesn't even ghost that much. Like, these pens, where did they come from? You can see what a smooth writing experience it is, how vibrant of a pen it is. I was so pleasantly surprised. I'm definitely gonna give these a 9 because they're amazing. They're really great pens. And this pink is just to die for. I use these pens so much nowadays because the colors are just perfection. And you can see also the difference between the dual tips and these. These are much finer, but at the same time, these are newer, and so it's like a redesign. But I will still love my dual tips. And now let's move on to the fine tips, which when I write, you're going to have to excuse me. I think I wrote like ultra fine. No, the ultra fine one is the one I just reviewed. These are actually fine tips. They're like mixed up, but you can kind of see the difference. I mean, I feel like they're very similar once you write. Like, you can't really tell the difference between the ultra fine and the fine unless you put them right together. Like, here you can see the one that's supposed to be fine is a little bit thicker than the actual ultra fine tip. And I'm sorry for confusing y'all. It's just, I was so excited to get into the video that I forgot the name of the pen. I would give these probably also a 7. This is like a freebie. These ones are just like the seasonal surprise box pens from last summer. You can't find these, but I really just wanted to show you how they rate because they're amazing. I love them. I won't review them in detail. Now, these are the Focus pens by Erin Condren. And I wish I would have had the Micron pens to compare them to for y'all. But my Micron pens are so old, like so old. I've probably had them for 7 years and I've used them to like their last dying breath. Instead of buying them again, I went with the Focus collection, which I feel is very, very similar to the Micron pens. And they're similar in price too, so it really comes down to what you prefer. But I love the tips. They're a little bit different tips from the Microns because these are like 6, the other one's 5. This is 4, the other one 3. So they're different in that sense. I love that. I love my Microns and I love these, so I really can't choose. I just know that next time I'll probably buy Microns and then I'll buy Focus again. I don't know. I wanted to show y'all these MicroPerm. I just got them and these are heavily recommended by Sticker Guru because they have like more of a vinyl. There's not a lot of pens that you can use over vinyl stickers. So I wanted to show y'all, and these definitely goes because they're Sharpies, they're permanent markers. But these are the ones that you want to be using when you have a vinyl, when you have a sticker that is glossy, anything of the sort. I don't know if glossy stickers are still a thing. I don't see a lot of shops selling them anymore. But honestly, you need these in your pen collections if you are an avid sticker person.
So what'd you think of my collection? Tell me which one was your favorite. Let me know in the comments if there is a pen that you really like that I didn't include. I want to learn. I'm always looking to switch it around. You would think I have enough pens already, but can you ever have enough pens? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you could always add a nice, pretty pen to your collection. Now, as you can see, I don't have the best handwriting. I don't do lettering or calligraphy, but I really enjoy just having pens, having colors, having something available when I need to jot something down. And no ballpoint pens here. It's all gel, felt tip, highlighters, mild liners, everything. Just no ballpoint pens. I also don't have a lot of like calligraphy pens. I do want to try them out, but if you have a recommendation for one of those like old-fashioned calligraphy pens, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, y'all. Let me know that you liked it. Subscribe for more planning inspiration, decorative planning, productivity, motivation, you name it. Anything that has to do with planners, it's here. It's here. Thank you all for being here. I hope to see you around. Watch this video next. Bye.